But again, my name's Travis. Been honored to be a small part of tens of thousands of lives, and to watch people do and accomplish the same thing that I've done, and then to join me in spirit and bow our unworthy heads and give Jesus the praise for it all. So we just want to thank God for what God is doing here. We've got three types of members. We've got Hello Angela on Facebook. You just re-earned or either the first time, I'm not sure which, but I've got a note to mention Angela, y'all. Let me digress before, in case Angela has to leave. Angela Chai is on Facebook with us right now. Y'all get a load of this. Do we have any brand new folks? You're new to Shibboleth, first week, your first weekend maybe. I want you to listen to this. If this don't set you on fire, then your wood is wet, as the old country preachers would say. Angela Chai earned her 200-pound badge today. 200 pounds lost. How about a big round of applause for Angela Chai? Isn't that incredible, y'all? That's not losing 10 and putting 10 back on, losing 15, putting 20 back on, doing that kind of thing that so many people unfortunately do. She's lost 200 pounds, re-earned it. She said she re-earned it. And guess who joins her today in re-earning an amazing badge? And it shows you the power of the program, because Angela's lost almost twice as much as this person has. The second person to re-earn a badge today is Travis Martin. I re-earned my 125-pound badge today. Hey, Nicole Smith, good to have the beautiful and amazing sister and child of God, Nicole Smith, with us. 125 pounds, 125-pound badge, but also a couple of more badges earned. There were 45 total badges earned yesterday. Some of those were exercise badges. Bobby Cartledge earned a self-mastery badge. Tanya Williamson, a self-mastery badge. That's a big accomplishment. We're really changing our habits when we can do that. Jessica Streetman, y'all. I don't know if Jessica's with us here today. Let's see. Yeah, I see her on here. Congratulations, Jessica reached her goal weight. We're so happy about that. Many, many badges earned yesterday. Tressa Nelson has recently lost 13 pounds in a week. Cindy Stringer, 11.6. Selena Lemons, 9.4. Michelle Cook, 9.2. Many others. We'd have to spend the entire hour just naming names, so don't feel overlooked if we don't get to you. Total amount lost in the last 7-day period is 560 pounds. That's life-saving stuff there. Unfortunately, we had 39 people who self-reported gaining weight, but we had 232 people lost 559 pounds in a week, 560 pounds in a week. That's astonishing. I hope you'll join us and help us get the good news out about the ministry first and foremost, Shibboleth. And we've got three types of members here. We've got our free community members. God had led us for years, and we denied what God had given us unction to do. We were afraid to do it, but God gave us the unction August 21st, 2021, the command, I shall say, that we should eliminate all barriers to entry, that we should not hold out an offering plate before we've helped people. And so we turned this into a free program for everybody, and that has been terrifying, and it's been a daily personal development struggle. But our folks, our lifetime members and our partners keep coming through for us. And I just want you to know from Sasha, myself, and our entire team, how humbled we are that our lifetime members and partners continue to see value and allow us to give even more to you. We try to always give more here than the remuneration received. But our lifetime members, that first contribution you make, a $49 lifetime membership for all access. And then our partners, we picked up one more partner yesterday. And every partnership, we can't do anything. Every time a partnership comes through, it just makes our heart leap, and almost every time tears of joy, because that's what we're relying on for our future. And we really appreciate you. Now, with that said, we'll get on into today's session. This is a supplemental session to your online education. We all should take the Fast Track course that Kim Danke teaches, and we should earn the Fast Track badge. That will allow for these supplemental sessions to make much more sense to you when you come, and we can keep you moving forward. It is inevitable, since we're not giving you a diet and we're teaching you a way of life, it is inevitable that things get missed in translation, or you have some unique need based upon your special circumstances. Now, you can always schedule a one-on-one mentoring session. We also do not charge for those. We pay our people to do them, but we don't charge for them. So you've got that. And then I go live every day at 11 a.m. to help people keep moving forward and filling in gaps in their information in the educational process that they may be experiencing. So anyway, without further ado, we'll get into it. Do we have any questions? Any questions on food combinations, meal ideas, the Shibboleth Shield, goals, weight loss? Today is Wednesday Weigh Day. Wednesday is the best day to weigh in if you're only weighing in once a week, for almost all, because most people, if they're going to have what we call a Shibboleth holiday, most people are taking that on the weekend. And after a holiday, you usually have some weight fluctuation that can be discouraging and off-putting for a beginner until you understand how your body actually works. So by Wednesday, whatever water retention you experience from your weekend, that should be negated and gone by Wednesday. So Wednesday morning is a great weigh day. Let's see if we got any questions coming in. Good job, Sierra. Got your 25-pound badge back yesterday. I'm back. That reminds me of a famous Arnold Schwarzenegger scene. Good job, you Terminator. You keep terminating those goals. Awesome job. Is it too late to join the latest challenge? It is. We are over halfway through with that challenge. We will have the Top Gun based upon the movie. We'll have the Top Gun challenge coming out after this Intervention Island challenge. So please stay tuned, and hopefully you'll be able to join the Top Gun challenge. We did decide, not on the orientation date yet, but we did decide that this will be a 2-week challenge due to our travel schedule. I hope you won't delay in putting forth effort to lose weight. Don't wait on that challenge. The devil would have you make excuses and say, well, I'll just keep putting it off until that next challenge. No, go ahead and let's start living the lifestyle and use those challenges as a way to further our momentum and our enthusiasm. But the Top Gun challenge will be the next challenge, and we'll have dates pretty soon so that you all can go to fighter school. It's going to be fun. We're going to try to have good fun with that challenge. Alice says, Travis, you're going to see God provide in ways you can't even imagine. You just wait and see. I'm believing with you. This has been a real opportunity for me to grow in my faith, and we're never too old to start growing in our faith. And it's been a blessing. It's been a terrifying one, but why worry when you can pray? And I really appreciate you, Alice. Thank you for your prayers. Deborah, I'm doing the detox today and a WOW hemp bar challenge. Is this okay? The WOW hemp bar challenge is a perfect detoxification day. So yes, you're doing that is a wise choice that you've made for the 10-day detox. The more days that you'll do that, the better detoxification you'll have. Just a question about overall health. Travis, do you go to a chiropractor? I have a herniated, I had a discectomy on my L4, and I have a herniated L5. And I used to go 3 to 4 times a week when I was in Cartersville, but I have not yet found a chiropractor that I totally trust with my back health here. I do go, since we moved, I do go to a chiropractor once a month, but they don't do any manual adjustment. It's more of decompression from my back, and they use a laser on my back. But I don't go regularly to answer the question, not anymore. I'm a believer in it if you've got a good one. I've not yet found one that I'm happy with here. Not that there aren't some good ones, but I just haven't found the right man or woman for myself. I cannot find where the printout for the Shibboleth Shield is. Do we do the 21-day program still? That was fun. You can. That 21-day challenge is available to our lifetime members and our partners. You can do that anytime. All the videos are still in the video library, and that is a great challenge. But what we want you to do is, as you've already kind of winked at, is we want you to learn the lifestyle. The Shibboleth Shield is the way of life. These challenges are temporary. They're not, for most people, they're not going to be a way of life. You know, anything that we start with and we can't stick with forever is a waste of our time. We live in a diet mentality culture, and that is part of the problem. There's no way of life that's healthy as it relates to our way of eating that we are able to stick to in a practical, sustainable, and fun way. We feel like the Shibboleth Shield is the answer. I will go to the website and help you find the Shibboleth Shield now. But we definitely like challenges to make things feel new again and to help people get through plateaus. That's fun, but those challenges are not a way of life. Now, special people, I'm not one of those special people. Special people can make a challenge a way of life. Our challenges are healthy, but they're just extreme, so they're hard. We take massive action to break through plateaus, but we might not, I'm certainly not able to live every day with this massive action mentality. So the Shibboleth Shield is not a massive action. It's just a normal way of living and eating that can help us be successful. Let me make sure it may not be here anymore. Let me see if it is. I may have to get Sasha's help here if I can't find it quick. This is your food combinations. I may have to get her help here. The book, it's in the book. If you pull up the program book, let's just do it this way. This is the digital book. Let it kind of catch up here for a minute. We can go in our digital book and go right to the Shibboleth Shield, but there's a one-page handout that you can print off somewhere on the website, but we're short-handed this week. 2 of our team members are on vacation, and it's just Sasha and I for the most part. I know Amy and Missy still helping, but we've got a little challenge on our hand as far as me stopping and going and finding it. There's so much on that website. And obviously, I know the Shibboleth Shield like the back of my hand, but it's in this book. Let me find the page for you. This is all still relevant information. Right now, it's going through the category. Sorry, this is taking a minute to those of you that already know all this. If you'll hang in there with me, I'm about to get there. Here we go. So on page 39, of the digital book. You have the Bulletproof Shield, and it goes over the 6 daily disciplines. The only thing that's changed since I wrote this book is number 6. It's no longer a secret. It's bless the name of the Lord, show gratitude. But the daily disciplines have not changed. And then there's the next pages, the preceding pages go over each of those daily disciplines. So I hope that helps. I hope that is what you were asking for. Thank you, Diane Malone, for helping a sister out. We've got a Kimberly cannot hear. Can everybody else hear me? I'm unable to help Kimberly. So let me post because she can't hear. Everybody else can hear me, right? Appreciate everybody's patience. The value of Joni being here is going to show up the next 2 weeks. All right, next question. Can you have a snack before bedtime? So let's talk about that and unpack that properly, since we're dealing with a lifestyle. And when we're dealing with a lifestyle, there's good, better, and best rules. So let me ask the group, and let's all make this a teaching moment. If our goal is the fastest possible and the healthiest possible weight loss, should we have a snack before bedtime? Hello, Candy. Good to have you today on Facebook. Correct. Now, can I have a snack before bedtime? Yes. So if I've had 3 eating episodes, okay, this is different than a diet. If I've had 3 approved eating episodes, I'm in good shape. I'm in good shape. If those 3 eating episodes were approved, it's a weight loss day. So it would be better to press on through and not have that snack. But let's say I go to bed at 11:30 p.m. and it's 11 o'clock and I can't sleep because I can't get food off of my mind. I call that, I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about me. I've conditioned myself to know and accept that sometimes I'm mentally weak. I don't need it. You don't ever want to say you need it. Your words are powerful, and you'll believe your words even if they aren't true. I don't need it. Right, Sierra. It's lawful but not expedient. I don't need it, but there is something that's worse. That would be me getting into an unapproved food and being overcome and overindulging and going to bed in a calorie surplus with high levels of insulin. So could I have one approved snack to prevent a holiday before bed? Yes. Snacks, you get up to 1 snack a day unless I scribe. I do not make prescriptions. It was funny, the other day I was going through old stuff and I found from 2008, I found prescription pads that said T-scription, and it said, I am not a doctor. You need to check with your doctor, but I would give people a T-scription. There have been times I have given people a T-scription for up to 2 additional snacks a day because that was the only way they were going to do the program. But it's not warranted, really. You need to toughen up, okay? So 3 eating episodes, and right before bed, I saved my perfect day status because I had an approved snack. Snacks have nothing to do with timing. We do not worry about timing with our snack. It can come at 3 o'clock. If I need it, it can come at 3 o'clock. It can come right after a meal. In fact, when I have an approved snack, it usually comes right after my meal in the form of dessert. You know, a cup of Halo Top after a meal. So this is the philosophy that I ask people to adjust to and live by. Anytime we go over 3 eating episodes in a day, we are really slowing our results. We are really losing some recovery time that we could be having with our digestive systems and our immune systems. But if you got to do it, you got to do it. So why not do it in a way that you don't set yourself back? Does that make sense, everyone? Did I unpack that well enough that everybody understands the philosophy? Now, you can live with your own philosophies. We're all adults, but mine work. Yours might work better than mine in a day. Has anybody ever seen Days of Thunder, that movie? Anybody seen that movie? If you know it well, you'll know what scene I'm talking about. You all are Tom Cruise. You all are Tom Cruise. You're the race car driver. You get to make the decisions how you want to drive your car. I'm Robert Duvall. I'm the crew chief. I'm Robert Duvall. And there's a great scene in the movie where Cole wants to argue with Robert Duvall about how to drive that race car faster. And Robert Duvall says, I tell you what, let's do it your way for a few laps, and then let's do it my way for a few laps. Not one lap, but a few laps. One lap, your philosophy and going outside the boundaries of the program may work better than mine, but they won't long term. They will not. They will not. So you can drive your car the way you want to drive it, or you can drive it the way I'm telling you to drive it, and I promise you, my way will work better. That's not arrogance, that's experience. Joy, I found that I need more protein at dinner, and that keeps me satisfied so that I do not need to eat after dinner. Good. As long as we're staying within the boundaries, that is a successful philosophy. That's a good one. It's very hard for the body to take protein, unbattered, unbreaded, with the right fats. It's hard to take protein and convert it to excess body fat. Charles says, I seen or heard the other day that says we burn fat mostly while we're asleep. That is true, simply because if you go to bed on a fairly empty stomach, that's when you will experience the most calorie deficit. During the day, you're usually eating. So as you're eating, your body is using that food as fuel unless you have provoked the fat bus, and then we go into a fat storage mode and all bets are off. But if you've controlled insulin and you go to bed on a fairly empty stomach, you burn fat through exhalation all night long. So yes, that is a true statement. Glennie wants a picture of the Shibboleth shield. I don't have Glennie. I'm at a disadvantage just for a couple of weeks. If you'll bear with me, what Joni could do is take a screenshot of the Shibboleth shield and post it for you on Facebook. But that I will not be able to navigate that for you today. If you know how to access that digital book and know how to do a screenshot, you can do that, or email us and we'll get you a copy of the Shibboleth shield. You can email us for support at info@myshibboleth.com. Info, I-N-F-O at myshibboleth.com. And again, I ask for your forgiveness in that we're shorthanded. Any other questions? Any other questions? Let's see, got some no, answered the private ones. Any other questions? Don't forget, I work for tips on Facebook. We got to keep these lights on. Any other questions? If I miss one, I overlooked one, had someone the other day, I overlooked their question. They said, "Are you mad at me?" And I said, "No, I just didn't see it. I'm human. I would never overlook anyone purposefully." Thank you for the Zoom stars, Sheila. Thank you. Anyone else? All right. So I have some questions for you today since the questions are slowing down. I found some nostalgia here from our old kids program. So I'm going to ask you some questions. What is this, everybody? What is this a model of? Just for fun. Treat y'all like children. I like to be treated like a child. The little children inherit the kingdom. So, can I have cereal on the Shibboleth program, approved cereal, and make that work? And if so, give me an example. Give me an example. Give me an example of a perfect pairing cereal. You can use your library if you have access to it right now. There's nothing we can't have on Shibboleth, and I like to reiterate that at times because folks tend to feel when they're dieting deprived, and on Shibboleth, we're not dieting, therefore we're not deprived. There's nothing that we can't have. So a few options here. Cashy Go Lean cereal with fat-free Fairlife milk. Question, Sonia, do all Kashi cereals work? Right. No, we got to make sure they're in the library. Special K protein cereal with fat-free Fairlife milk. Magic Spoon is approved. Good one. Reese Puffs are approved. That's right. Can I have 2 cups of Reese Puffs with fat-free Fairlife milk? No. How many cups can I have? Look it up in the library. All right. Portions are everything. So the higher we go with our portion, the more protein and fiber we're going to need to neutralize insulin. So with Reese Puffs, 1 serving of Reese Puffs is almost enough to cause the fat bust. So we don't want to go over that serving. And then we want to add extra protein in the form of an approved high protein milk. Reese Puffs is what we used to call phase 2. That just means that was additional variety. When I taught the program originally, I did not have the website, so everything had to be retained in memory, and there was only a few cereals that I would retain in memory. But now phase 2 just means after you get through the basics, there is additional variety because now we can add it to a library and we can all stay on the same page. The phase labeling is outdated. Now it is Fast Track, Shibboleth Journey, and Tiger's Eye. AHS, Advanced Health Systems with Carbmaster milk. Let me ask y'all this quiz question. How do I know which is better for weight loss in the library? AHS with Carbmaster milk or Special K Red Berries with fat-free Fairlife milk? Is there a way to know which one is better for weight loss? The weight loss meter. The more negative the number, the better it is for weight loss. Now, Kimberly's asking a question, and y'all know that I'm going to do my standard. She says, is Cheerios approved? Well, what we have to do, we have to go to the library. Why do I not just tell you if I know? I may not know. I may forget. Things may have changed, but I want everybody to plug in to our resources. I know that in this instant gratification society that we all live in, that we want our answer with immediacy. But if we will just spend a minute looking at the library, then we can put that in our shepherd's pouch and we've got it forever. So I'm going to type in Cheerios and see what comes up. So I've got apple cinnamon Cheerios, Cheerios Original. So here it is, Kimberly. So I pull that up, Cheerios Original, and it says 1 cup, and it says must be eaten with a half up to 1 cup of Egg Whites International, Kroger Carmaster milk, or fat-free Fairlife milk. Notice this. This is so important that we check it out in the library. It says, what do not eat dry? Why do y'all think it says do not eat that one dry? The fat buzz. Why would adding milk to it neutralize the fat buzz? Because the milks that we choose have the protein and or fiber, in this case protein. Can I add whole milk to this? No. Why would I not want to add whole milk to my bowl of cereal? Fat and sugar. You've got a fat bomb. No fat bombs, please. What is this? An ice cream sandwich. Can we have an ice cream sandwich on Shibboleth? Yes. On what kind of day can I have an ice cream sandwich? Is there a way to have an ice cream sandwich on a perfect day? Let's go and look. The beauty of the food library. Let's see what we can find. Ice cream. It appears my internet is a little slow. We have a lot of devices going today. Let's see what we can find. I've got an ice cream cone. Fudge bar, that's close. Fudge bar's kind of in the same category. Let's see what this is. Ice cream bar. Oh, that's a bar. That's in the same category. More ice cream bars. Oh, look at those. Those are neat. The point here is you can usually find something that's a void replacement. Fudge bars. I think there's a sandwich somewhere in here. We would probably have to go through too many to find it. But there's always a way, is my point, to find some void replacement where we can control insulin, okay? If you can tell what these are, what do we have here? What are these supposed to be? One of these neutralizes insulin and the other one causes insulin. Which one causes insulin? The baked potato. So we're going to put the bell pepper down and we're going to talk about this little baked potato or this mock baked potato here. So this has a little bit of butter on it. Is that a no-no or is that okay? If I put regular butter on a potato, the potato elevates my blood sugar, my pancreas releases insulin, and insulin grabs the fat. And now I've put something already in the form of fat on my potato. So this is just a loaded up fat bus. But if I put ghee butter or 0-calorie butter spray, then I can eat the potato by itself, right? No, that's right. I just get an insulin response, even if this is the right butter, so I can eat it with a steak, right? Can't eat it with a steak either. So what could I have with this potato to make it work on a perfect day if I'm craving a potato? Chicken, fish, London broil, turkey breast, 96% lean ground beef patty. So could I do the following? Let's see. Could I do the following? We've got some new people here that sometimes they get the feeling they can't ever have their favorite stuff anymore. This is what I love about Shibboleth. Could I have a 96% lean ground meat hamburger patty? Let's add a little Worcestershire to it too, shall we? I like Worcestershire. And could I do this too? Could I take a little slice of fat-free cheese and melt over the top of it? And have a potato with spray butter and have asparagus. If I fit all of that on this plate, follow the two-hand rule, and I have a hamburger patty on one side of the plate, a potato with spray butter on this quarter of the plate, small potato or a half a potato, and some asparagus tips, would that work? It absolutely would work. We would neutralize insulin. What is going on here? So first of all, there's very little fat. Let's say this is fat lipids. There's very little fat in the hamburger patty that I've chosen. Now, if I had a 93% lean, I'm going to have a lot more fat, and that could potentially pose a problem. The potato is going to spike insulin, but if I control my portion, I get a slight elevation in the fat bus. The fiber in the asparagus slows the fat bus down. To put it in layman's terms, visualize without the asparagus, are y'all listening? Without the asparagus, my fat bus is going 65 miles an hour, and it's looking to store those fat lipids before they can dissipate its heat. But if I consume that potato with asparagus, we slowed that sucker down to 25 miles an hour. And now, while the fat bus is trying to elevate and get there, because I've been on the Shibboleth program and I'm inefficient fat burning, these fat lipids are being used as an energy source, and they dissipate its heat and go away before the fat bus can show up. Any light bulb moments for anybody? Because here's the thing, you can do this with every single food. There's nothing you can't have anymore when you understand this. It's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing to me that the whole planet, yes, I'm biased, but the whole planet isn't living this way. When 2/3 of our population is going to die premature death due to obesity, and all they have to do is learn simple food combining. How about an ear of fresh corn? Could I do the following? Let's see. Let's ask everyone. Could I erase the potato and add the corn? An ear of corn. Could I do that, everybody? Yep. How do I know I can do all this? Because I learned my combinations. I've got a 1, I've got a 2, and I've got a 3. Correctamundo. Now, can I have an ear of corn and a potato? Can I do both? Technically, if you could have it on a portion control neatly, you could, but we don't include that in our rules because it would be so hard to get a satisfying amount of corn and potato on that plate. Now you're at risk of having too much of that, and now no amount of protein or fiber is going to neutralize that. So we prefer during the weight loss mode that we only see 1 category 3 or 1 category 5 on that plate until you get into the wellness range. Does that make sense, everyone? That's one of the lifestyle rules, because the more items I try to put on this plate, I'm going to start over consuming. Is there a way on the lifestyle to have a hamburger patty, fat-free cheese, an ear of corn, and a potato, and asparagus, and a dessert afterwards? Is there a way to do that on the Shibboleth program and still lose weight each month? Yes, it's called a holiday. When you get in maintenance, ideal weight range, how many holidays can you have a month? How many times a month could you have this feast with a dessert? 12. And if your other 18, 19 days a month are perfect, you're going to maintain. But right now, when we're in the weight loss phase, we want to limit ourselves to how many hog trough days a month? 6. Good job. Good job. Good job. Last one for today. What is this supposed to be? No, not these are not the best models. Spaghetti, yeah. So, spaghetti was one of the reasons that I ended up over 300 pounds. I was on the Roni diet. Beefaroni, macaroni, rice-a-roni, tuna helper. And I also ate tons of macaroni and cheese, tons of spaghetti. My favorite items, and I thought I would have to give them up. So when I used to eat my pasta, white pasta, the whiter the pasta is like bread. The whiter the bread, the quicker you're dead. White pasta, one plate full of white pasta, like that Mueller's pasta, angel hair pasta. One plate can be equivalent to 30 teaspoons of pure sugar. There's no sugar in pasta, Travis. What are you talking about? It metabolizes as sugar. You've got such a fat bus, there's nothing you can do. And then what kind of ground meat did we used to put on it? At best, 85% lean. Did you know 85? Let's pretend that this is a package of 85% lean meat. It's got the heart on it, and it says it's heart healthy. Did you know that in a 80, they're talking about by weight, not by calories? So in this package, that this part that I'm coloring, out of that entire package, this is the only lean part of it. That's the only protein part. The rest of this is all the worst kind of filler fat. And that's what we were putting on our pasta. So we've got the meat, the ground meat, and then we have our sauce. The tomato sauce isn't a big deal, but the fatty meat with the white pasta, you've got fat lipids everywhere, fat lipids everywhere, fat lipids everywhere. And then the white pasta, woo, baby, you got a fast fat bus. That thing's got turbochargers on it, and it gets there so fast, and it picks up all these fat lipids that are already in the form of fat. And then where's it going to plant it? Where's it going to put it? It sucks it up like a syringe, insulin does. It's a fat storage hormone. It's going to put it in your booty. It's going to put it right in your tail. So it's like, where am I going? I'm going in your booty. I'm going right there, boom. And then your booty just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. You ain't got no chance. Got to give up our pasta? No. All things are possible with God. And I prayed, God, show me the way. I don't want to give up my spaghetti. I want to have perfect days in spaghetti too. So now we've got all kind of pastas that shut down the fat bus. One of my favorite, and there are many others if you don't like this one, Explore Cuisine. And then I get 96% lean ground meat, and I get my tomato sauce, Hunt's tomato sauce, McCormick's sauce mix. This recipe's in the library. McCormick's mix, and boom, I've got a category 1+2 pasta, a category 1 96% lean ground meat, and then my condiment. So I've got almost no fat in my meat, nothing to worry about in the Explore Cuisine. There's nothing to put on the board. It's just exercise on the plate if I control my portion. So my point today here is to resell you, remarket to you. You've got in your hands the greatest eating lifestyle known to man. Glory to God. Bless the name of the Lord. There's nothing I can't have if I will just live with the daily disciplines and with the philosophy that it's either a perfect day or a holiday. I wish your yays were yay, your nays were nay. I wish you were cold or hot, but not lukewarm. And if you'll live life like that, you get great food and you get rid of all your body fat. You got tens of thousands of people that are living proof. But you got to come to class. You got to get the support you need. You got to get the education you need. You got to build your dreams and your hopes again. And you've got to redeem the time. And in 6 months, you've got a new life, if not less. Good comments, everybody. Thank you, Darla. I love to have somebody amening me out there. Thank you. What about miracle angel hairstyle? Miracle rice, miracle pasta, Deborah, is even better. That's a freebie. Miracle pasta, miracle noodles are a freebie. Spaghetti sauce on approved bread, Tammy, great idea. I love doing that. I assume you're taking a category 2 piece of bread and toasting it. I do that with the tortilla too. I make me a spaghetti sandwich, and I take the lean ground meat and the Hunt's tomato sauce and McCormick sauce mix and make me a spaghetti sandwich. That's awesome. All right. Any questions or comments before we go? Let me check out Facebook. Is that black bean spaghetti Explore Cuisine? Mary, they have some beautiful pastas. They have mung bean, which I like better. Mung bean and black bean is my 2 of choice. But all Explore Cuisine pastas that I'm aware of work. And then there are some other pastas in the library too. What seasoning do I need on butternut squash to make them taste like French fries? What seasoning? I'm going to leave that to others. With me, I just salt mine. I'm sure that I could be more creative than that. But I simply just salt mine. I fry them in MCT oil, and then I just salt it. If I'm making hash browns with butternut squash, hash browns is one of my favorite. Mock hash browns, I use Au-Jus gravy and salt. Au-Jus, A-U-G-U-S, I think. Au-Jus gravy mix. Hey, Sandra Farmer, miss you. Good to see you today in the cloud. Any other questions? Carbonara pasta would work. Make sure it's the carbonara one. That one works. Now, when it comes to the speed of weight loss, either your zucchini noodles, spaghetti squash, Explore Cuisine pastas, Miracle noodles. They're going to work a little faster, but carbonara pasta has a better texture and can be more enjoyable, even though it's not as fast of a, you're not going to see as fast a weight loss. We use some carbonara pasta around the house as well. Thank you, Deborah. Will the Shibby store ever open back up in Dalton? I never want to say never because I'm not in charge of myself. God is, but I have to be honest. I'm too honest at times. I'm 50. I'm 51. I know that's just a number. And I have had 13 weight loss centers, and every one of them, with the exception of Kennesaw, has gone under. And I can't ever see opening up more centers. It is just something that has been as much a blessing as Shibboleth has been to me. It's been devastating financially to have weight loss centers. And what we're seeing, unless something changes with our culture, as much as people want those weight loss centers, people have too much going on in their lives to visit them frequently enough to keep them open, hence our online program. But I'm so sorry. I know how important it is to have those in-person centers. And now the new prayer is that people will financially help us, and we're not going to quit on you, but people will financially help us, and they will start their own accountability and support groups all over the nation. That's what we really need to see happen, where people have access to a room in their church or a meeting room at their place of work, and people feel the call and the unction to help me. I can no longer do this alone. So, but I'm so sorry that Dalton is not there. I can't see it ever opening again, but the Lord may have a different plan. Is Fiber Gourmet better than Carbonata? It is not. Carbonata and Fiber Gourmet are about the same, I would tell you. Joellen, good to hear that. Joellen says these classes are helping. Good job. Appreciate that. Why is Dreamfield pasta no longer approved? I thought that it was still in the library as a maintenance item. Kim Shibboleth may have removed it, but they had lied on their nutritional label that it was downgraded. I'm not so sure that it's not still in the library as a maintenance item. Let me check. She may have went on and moved it because it's just not the best. Removed it because it's not the best for weight loss. Yeah, see, it's still here, Sandra. That's why this is why we always want to check our library, okay? This is why we always want to check our library. And I can't remember everything, and y'all can't remember everything, but Kim Shibboleth does a great job at maintaining the library. And what we see here is Dreamfield pasta. I'm glad I was finally right about one. It was not removed. It was downgraded to keep you safe. Dreamfield pasta lied on their labels. And when we found that, seen the lawsuit come through, we downgraded it to where it should be nutritionally, which is a maintenance type of pasta. So you can see it's a +1 now. It's no longer a 0. It's a +1, which is to indicate to you that it is best had seldomly. Does that make sense, everybody? Yes, ma'am. Greta, I wish we could have one locally too. I'm so sorry. But please support us online. And that's the thing I've got to get better at saying is lower my pride. And as much as y'all want centers in your home, y'all know that I've had them there. And there's a reason they're not there anymore. It was devastating to us financially. And as much as people want them, they typically want them when they're gone. So what we really need these days is Kennesaw needs support. It's barely hanging on. And our online program needs your support. Even though it's not ideal for everybody, if y'all will support us, we can still be here a year from now, 5 years from now. But whatever the people want, then that's okay to me. I'm at your mercy, and I'm just going to do my best to explain and be transparent why we can't have those centers in the local area, and hope that you'll support us online, even though online may not be your rather. Alice says, hey, I get the text for the daily lesson, but haven't gotten any for a while. Any idea why that is? I do know why that is. Us being a little small ministry, we did 13 of those, and we had so many reports for spam from our own members that we had to, it's just a different day and time. We had to, we couldn't send them out. So what happened is we had to go find a new email client, and we had to reprogram all of that in so that we could get back to sending them out, and you should see them again soon. So I'm glad that you like them, and I hope that people will quit reporting us for spam, because nowadays when you get reported on Facebook or through Constant Contact, or they report your website, you get where you can't even send the stuff that your people are relying on. So only a few people can ruin it for the whole group. But I'm glad to know that you like them, and that our latest investment in getting a new email client has been good money spent. So thank you for sharing that, Alice. How do I get information about starting a class locally? Well, what we would ask you to do is find enough support. You might be surprised. It's hard to garner in-person support. People are so busy these days, but you don't really need to do anything except find a room, find a room at a church or a civic location, or open your home up, and then start asking people in your circle of influence if they would be interested in coming to your weekly meetings that you would have, or your bi-weekly meetings that you would have. Once you feel that you have enough support, Sasha and I can get on the phone with you, and we can have those conversations about how to host a group, how to find out what your interest is. Are you wanting to weigh them in every week? What are you wanting to do? Are you just wanting to get together and have a chit chat, talk about recipes? We can share our 20 years of experience with you on how we hosted groups. I actually started hosting groups in my home 20 years ago. And I don't know that you're wanting to do that, or if you've got a church but always put first things first before we all invest in that time. See if there's enough interest. Once you have enough interest, like Becky Walraven over there in Cartersville, she had enough interest in people wanting to meet with her. Once you have that interest, the interest dictates our next steps. So Diane, you may already have that interest, and if so, just reach out to me and let me know, and we'll get you on the phone with one of our folks that can guide you on how to host those meetings and the best practices for doing so. Laura, got a super fan badge today. Awesome. When you journal, where do you put your weight loss? Yeah, we need you to do that. So when you go in here, you go to journal. Everybody should be journaling. You bite it, you write it. You've never had a perfect day if you're not journaling. And where do you do that? If you're in the new view, there's the new view and the old view. We want everybody that will to be on the new view, but some people prefer the old view, the original journal. I like the new journal. So we go to the measurements, and here it says weight and measurements. And as often as you will, you can put in your measurements, but at least once a week, you want to put in your weight. So today My weight is 196 pounds, and then I save, and it's in there. It's that simple. That's all we got to do. Yeah, Diane, a church building, that's how I started my career, if you will, was in church meetings, the local grocery store, and in my home. That's exactly how I started. Never thought it would turn into something where I've been loved on by tens of thousands of people, but I stuck with it. And if you have somebody got a willing and wanting heart, wants to help people, and they stick to it, you'll start with one person. And if you dedicate yourself to helping them, it'll become 3, then it'll become 30. But I've done it at times when I had thousands of members, and I've done it at times when it reduced itself down to 100 after I went bankrupt many years ago. But I just kept going. I felt called and I felt purpose driven. And if you feel that way, it will flourish, and God will bless you for helping people for sure. Greta says, I will definitely keep ordering. I just forget, and then I run out of items. I know. My heart's desire would be to be independently wealthy through some other means than Shibboleth, so that I could have a center in every city in America. I think that would be the ideal, where you didn't have to worry about if they were making money or not. That would be awesome. If I could be Elon Musk, that's what I would do with my money. I would have weight loss accountability and support centers all over the nation. And I hadn't quit dreaming. Love you too, Deborah. Love you too. Any parting questions before we go? We've run over a little bit. I don't want to weary you. Jessica says, I had shiitake noodles for spaghetti. Is asking me on Facebook, what is my comment on those? They are approved. They are a freebie, so you can use them freely. Now, what you put on them, you may not be able to use freely. If you know the Shibboleth protocol, you know what to put on them, but they are a freebie, so you can definitely have those. Greta, we are working on that. Thanks for letting us know that that's a good thing for us to work on, is that monthly auto order system. Thank you for sharing that. We've been tossing that around. It's just an investment, and we have to prioritize where we put our dollars, but we thought that might be it. Thank you for the idea. Appreciate it. We may do something like that. Love you too, Kimberly. Love you all. And I guess all hearts and minds are clear. And we'll head on out into the sunset, and we'll see y'all tomorrow at 11 a.m. Sasha and I think Amy, I'm not sure all who's working. There's a lot of people on vacation this week, but remember us, if the Lord leads you, we sure would love your partnership and support at $5 a month or more, whatever you can afford. But if you can't afford that, we still gonna help you. We love y'all so much, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow, Lord willing. Goodbye, everybody.